going on? How we doing, guys?
Hi.
So
we have good news. We have bad news.
Right.
Do you want to know the? You want to know the bad news, Garrett?
What's the bad news?
Bad news is no Drew tonight, guys. He's a little busy.
That's sad news.
It's the saddest of sad. I have tears.
It is. And Drew, we miss you.
We love you.
We wish you a very, very happy and speedy recovery from your gender reassignment surgery. I really hope.
Is he a full luchador now? Is that what that
yes.
means?
No,
okay.
Well, he's no longer a man or a woman.
Okay.
And I think after all these weeks of having this identity crisis of him, it's time that he actually become what I think he truly was always supposed to be, which is a lucha. He's Ultimito Pantera de Mortal, and I think that's forever what he should be known as forever going forward. And I just want to respect his choice to be neither man nor woman. I want to respect his choice as a luchador. And I want to respect his choice as an entity in this world. I love him, regardless if he's a human or a Pantera luchador. I wish him the most success in his life, and I can't wait for him to figure out what this new chapter means for him and for his family and for us as a podcast. Having somebody as unique as Drew on the show, I really think is going to give us an upper hand on all the other wrestling podcasts, because we have picked from the lucha tree itself the next big luchador next to Rey Mysterio and El Americano Grande, or however the fuck you say.
So would you say he's lucha sexual?
I would say that he is too lucha sexual, and I think that he needs to maybe tone it down a bit, because when you ooze sexiness the way Drew does, I just think you need to tone it in, like save some for the rest of us. I mean, we're all very, very attractive men, but next to the Pantera, we all look like piles of poop.
Yeah, he puts more stuff on it and somehow gets sexier. It's really weird.
Right. It's actually infuriating.
It
really is infuriating.
Off. It's weird.
So after going on for 3 minutes about how sexy Drew is, it's the year anniversary, guys.
It's the year anniversary.
Our one fucking year as the Nietzsche Network.
1 year, and we're up to 115 subscribers.
Woohoo!
How many videos do we got on there now, Todd?
Give me a quick hot minute, and I will tell you.
So while he's looking that up, I have a fun story for everybody. So I'm sure everybody has heard the phrase, "You got to get up real early in the morning to fool me." Well, guess what happened to me today? I woke up to go to the bathroom at 3 o'clock in the morning, and I saw a message from Drew from 1 o'clock in the morning that said that Vince bought TNA. And my first thought, thinking that Vince has been talking about buying a new or starting a new company for the past 8 months, or possibly buying another one, was that he actually did it, and he did it to the one that that WWE is currently working with. So I was like, what a dick. And as soon as I woke up, it was my first thought again. I was like, what a dick. I can't believe that. And then it was like noon, and I was like, someone said something about April Fool's Day, and I was like, yeah, Drew, damn it, you son of a bitch. And I don't know if I've ever been gotten with an April Fool's, but Drew got me today. I was gotten. It was 3 in the morning. I had to pee. I was like,
what should have given it away is that he laughed at his own meme. That should have been the biggest flag right there.
I do it all the time.
What, laugh at your own meme?
What meme?
The one he put up about Vince buying TNA.
Oh, see, that didn't come through. And my feed. It's literally just the words.
That's how it is on mine too.
It didn't come. I didn't get that. I only got words. So, my sleep deprived 3 a.m. brain was just like, what we all know what a dick Vince is. Oh, I couldn't wait to get on here to tell everybody that Drew actually got me.
Okay,
it was fantastic.
You're right. It was text, but he laughed at his own message.
Yeah, I didn't see that either.
Yeah.
So yeah, I felt it actually warmed my heart that I was gotten. I wasn't even mad. I was like, oh, shucky darns.
Well, apparently we're not the mastermind anymore. We're now known forever as Gullible Garrett.
Oh yeah, I should have put it up on that.
Mm-hmm. It's okay, buddy.
It happens.
So we had. So I just want to address something real quick, and then we'll get into the show. I'm glad that we have had this opportunity to create the YouTube channel, that we're able to have the freedom. Now, granted, I miss the studio, like real talk. No, like nothing. Like I miss being there with Z. I miss being in the studio. I miss seeing you guys every week in real life.
I miss the physical aspect. But
I love the freedom that we now have, 100%. Being able to produce and do all the different content. Like the 420 special we shot this past weekend was absolutely hysterical. It's just going to be funnier just with the edits and everything that I've done. And I got a few weeks to add little flavors and everything to it in my free time before it airs. And that's something we wouldn't have been able to do in the studio just because of how it's set up. We're here. I can do a food review, upload it, and it can be on in 10 minutes, And it's nice being able to do this. Oh, Joe got mandated, can't do the show this week because we all can't get to the studio. Whereas, Joe got mandated today. We're just going to let him sleep for a few hours, then we'll all get on and record. It gives us a flexibility that I didn't know was possible. And blessing in disguise, guys. As much as I love Z, we should actually try to get Z on. I know he's a busy fucker, but
I'll get a hold of him. I'll call him. Maybe I'll call him.
I mean, we text back and forth here and there. I'll message him and ask him. I just know how busy he's been, and I think it would be great to have a Wrestle Fandom reunion show.
I like that I don't have to leave my house because fuck society.
That too.
And with that being said, guys, let's get into the last part of our leg of our European tour. So we had our second to last SmackDown, our last Raw in Europe, and then I think this week's in Europe too, right? Or are they already stateside?
I think, yesterday was Europe, and I think Friday is, and then I think next week they're back.
Yeah, well, next week, I know for a fact next Monday is Minneapolis, Minnesota. They must have said that about 47 times on Raw this past week. That next week, we're in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and then with the Chad Gable, his doctors, we'll get into that when we get to the Raw rundown when I attempt to do a horrible job taking over for Ultimo again. But with that being said, I have, guys, this week's SmackDown Shit Talk.
I have a question before you start.
Okay, yes, I am this naturally good looking. I have not had any surgery whatsoever. I just have a very specific skincare routine. It's a lot of Lubriderm that just happens to be on my hand, we'll say in excess, and then I just rub it on the head.
Makes it all shiny.
Here. Get some back here. And SPF 1 million during the summertime, because guess what? I'm not drying this out. I spend all winter lubricating. I spend all summer lubricating. I'm a very lubricated individual. I'm not drying out, okay? I don't want to look like a piece of bologna left out on the pavement in 115-degree weather. That is not who I want to be, okay? I'm
see what happens if you ask questions.
That's a fucking question.
Oh, I thought your question was about my skincare routine.
No.
You didn't even
Fuck,
ask.
I can't
I
remember. Fuck you.
The social cues.
Oh, yeah.
I
Are you
mistook
doing
the social cues there, guys. I'm sorry.
Is there a
My bad,
backstory
Todd.
this week? Is there a
Huh?
backstory this week? Is there an origin story this week?
No, I didn't have time to finish your origin story. I do plan on finishing it up this weekend, though. And Todd, you've lived a crazy life, buddy.
Good. I like
And
it.
it's good to know. It's good to know as a young child, you were dunked in a lot of lotion.
Dude, that's yeah. That's my thing.
So,
That's
any
not-
other questions about my skincare routine?
Not now. Maybe later.
No. Okay, I can send you very specific times.
I would like that.
Okay, and remember, exfoliation is key because these pores here, you don't want to see them, but you want them open.
Pixar didn't happen.
So, with that being said, actually,
Good night.
I'm going to do the SmackDown shit talk first, and then I have words of encouragement to tell my dry skin Todd. Okay. All right. So, guys, our American Nightmare, our hero, enters to a hero's welcome in London to open up SmackDown. Cody starts talking about the GOAT himself, and we'll get into that in a minute when we talk about Cena's promo at Raw, which I want to say, holy fuck, in a high-pitched voice like that. Holy fuck. It was great. But Randy interrupts Mr. Cody. Orton says he isn't the sentimental type, but this is different. Orton charts Cody's journey and says he's changed the wrestling industry. He talks about Cody's match at Hell in a Cell with Seth Rollins and beating Roman Reigns at WrestleMania. Still, that Hell in a Cell with Rollins was probably one of the most uncomfortable matches I ever got the opportunity to watch in my life. If for anybody who is unaware, Cody had a torn pec, and this whole side of his titty and arm and everything is just a massive purple bruise. And he still wrestles Seth Rollins, and he still wins. It was pretty awesome. Randy says 99.9 of what's happened in wrestling's new boom period is because of Cody, and he's proud of him. Orton said he's going to one day come for his 15th championship win one day, and Drew McIntyre interrupts the pair. See, this goes back to my theory. They're going to have Cena be the 17 holder for a while, have Randy win 2 more, and tie it up with him. But it's irrelevant. Drew says that Orton looks great, but his back. Oh, hang on. Drew says that Cody should have listened to him about John Cena, and McIntyre would be in the title match if it wasn't for Timu Undertaker, Damian Priest. One of the fucking funniest things I've ever heard. Thank you, Drew. McIntyre, you just jumped up about 8 levels in my book because, let's be honest, Damian Snooze is a Timu Undertaker. Drew says that Orton looks great, but his back is hanging by a thread, and if he keeps getting in Drew's way, he'll break it. Randy attempted an RKO, but McIntyre got in the way of matches made between the pair for later in that evening. Then we had a bunch of stuff with Street Profits and Pretty Deadly. Nobody cares. The secret hearse service of Piper Niven and Alba Freed defeated Kalani Jordan and Katana Chance. And then Todd's girlfriend, Zelina Vega, attempted to clean house.
She's
after
the shit.
bell. But Chelsea Green and the secret Hervis put her on the canvas. Chelsea Green was cheered, but Zelina was booed during the segment. Which, okay, I want to talk about for a second.
I was confused by this.
Yeah.
And I just think it was a weird crowd reaction because it's not the normal crowd kind of thing. And because everybody, Chelsea's in that weird thing where she's straight heel, but everybody just absolutely loves and adores her. So it doesn't matter. It's almost like when they were pushing Roman Reigns down our throat. It didn't matter who he was going up against. The crowd was cheering against Roman. Mm-hmm. I don't think the WWE universe as a whole is against Zelina. I think it was just one weird crowd reaction kind of thing. Because I think Zelina is super over right now.
Like, normally she is. Where were they again?
They were in London.
For that SmackDown?
No. Was it Brussels?
I don't think they were in London for SmackDown. They were in London for Raw.
Yeah, Raw was London.
Doesn't it say at the
I want to
beginning
say London.
I
want to say London was the last 3 shows. Let's see. Hang on, I can tell you right now. I have the whole thing right here. WWE hits London for the first of 2 shows, so it was London.
Yeah, that's really.
So maybe they are stateside for SmackDown this week.
Maybe they are back.
Anyways, after that segment, Braun Strowman versus LA Knight for the U.S. Championship ends in a no contest as guess who shows up to wreck house, guys? The Samoan werewolf himself, Todd. Who was it?
Me. I fucked everybody up.
It was Garrett Plunkett. Gullible Garrett showed up.
I did not.
Jacob Fatu. I mix up Garrett and Jacob Fatu all the time.
I would have guessed wrong. No.
Fatu takes out LA Knight with a pump-up Samoan drop. That looked beautiful. And then he destroyed Braun Strowman with a 2-rope moonsault and just whooped his ass. And it was fucking insane. Like, how is a man of his size able to bend and move and stuff like that? Let's be honest. He should have been a professional gymnast, and he should have been Samoa's representative in the Olympics. Personally, that's how I feel. Then we had Jimmy Uso being interviewed and saying he's going to beat Gunther on Raw this coming Monday. Did he? We'll find out. The Miz and Carmelo Hayes in round on Jimmy to insult him as the Miz versus Jimmy Uso is made for later. They really need to figure out something to do with the Miz because just kind of randomly interjecting him in this weird, everybody's feud, but have him with Carmelo Hayes, it's not working. It's awful. Then we had Jacob Fatu. He's approached by Solo, who tells Jacob to stop leaving him out of his plans. So I think, again, this is going to lead towards the big reveal of The Rock being behind Jacob, coming, Solo getting ostracized, and Solo reuniting with the OGs. Then we had an excellent Naomi vignette, continuing her great heel turn and setting her sights on Bianca. Jade is backstage looking for Naomi. Michin and B-Fab approach her and tell Jade to do what she has to do. A vignette for what looks like the return of the artist formerly known as Malachi Black, the return of Aleister Black. That's what it's kind of teasing. Then Michin and B-Fab enter, but are attacked viciously by Naomi. Jade chases Naomi off the crowd as Michin now has to face the female Ric Flair. The female Ric Flair defeats Michin, despite Michin putting up a fairly good defense. It was okay. Tiffany Stratton is interviewed by Jackie Redmond and says that only Charlotte has something to lose at WrestleMania. This build is really struggling. I absolutely agree. Even though Charlotte had a hell of a fucking promo last week, they're almost ruining Tiffy Time, which is sad because Tiffy Time had so much potential. Then we have McIntyre versus Randy. And Randy Orton, he got hit with a Claymore, guys. After Orton was baited by who shows up at ringside? The Canadian Bacon himself, Kevin Owens. All right, Owens attempts to pile drive out of the announcer's table, but Randy breaks free. Rey Fenix is announced and finally 100% confirmed to make his debut in 1 week's time at this upcoming week's SmackDown. So now the Lucha Bros are back. Oh, the brothers are back together. Honestly, to have such a high level luchadors coming in. Did I echo for a second? Yeah, somebody's speakers are on. What, could be mine, maybe? I'll turn down a little bit.
Not mine.
It could be my tablet doing it if it's too loud.
Way to go, gullible Garrett. Yeah, I don't know. Like it could be pretty awesome to reinvigorate the tag team division. I kind of hope so. Then to a disbelief crowd, Joe says sarcastically, Jimmy Uso defeats The Miz with an Uso splash. Then Drew McIntyre celebrates backstage with Louis Capaldi. And that's when he's going out. He's going out on the town. Damian Priest is waiting for Drew outside the venue. As the two brawl, and Damian Priest puts Drew through the windshield of a car. Priest then acknowledges McIntyre's Undertaker line with a closing rest in peace bitch. It was actually kind of cool. Like, especially as much as I hate Damian Priest, it was kind of funny. Like, look, even in China, they can get the sayings right. I'm proud of them. And then security surround the ring on all sides as Roman is the first to walk to the ring for the WrestleMania contract signing. Seth discussed their history, including putting The Undertaker through a table with the Shield in London. He says they have accomplished their mission together. Roman says Seth keeps saying we, but we died a long time ago. He says he raised the level of WWE and he made the company desirable to Netflix and worth billions, and that had nothing to do with Seth. Seth says he let CM Punk into the garden, and that's a danger to everything he's built. Seth says he's left to clean up Roman's mess after he shook Punk's hand at War Games. Punk enters and signs the contract. Roman hurries CM Punk, saying that he doesn't have to spend all day looking at it. Heyman says to Punk, I know what you're looking for. It's in there. It's confirmed CM Punk will headline WrestleMania along Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns. Rollins says Punk doesn't deserve it, and he says this is all Heyman and Roman's fault. CM Punk thanks London, Chicago, Louisville, and the WWE Universe, but Roman Reigns interjects and says he should only be thanking his tribal chief. Punk then extensively thanks Roman Reigns for his work over the years and tells him to see him at WrestleMania, but that's not the favor he's owed as SmackDown goes off the air. What the fuck is this favor, Paul Heyman? What did you sell to the devil?
Handies all around.
So,
I lost my. God damn.
Oh, you're making device configuration changes?
No, we're not.
Oh, you're frozen. It looks like
my cord is a little sensitive.
It did that to Coffin yesterday too.
It's just my camera cord.
Here's the only issue with that. If Punk, Roman, and Seth are headlining, well, what I'm gonna assume is night one.
Right. That means Jay's not going to be main eventing, yes. So that's been a big controversy all weekend since that announcement.
That sucks because you are actively choosing to not only put the person who was the world heavyweight champ, but then you're also your number one merch dude who's going for that belt and supposed to be the champs on Raw, and you're relegating them to a secondary position no matter what, whether it changes hands or doesn't. And that really sucks. I could see if it was a women's match that was for the belt, that was headlining, I could understand trading it out for that. But I think
it's going to be a co-main event kind of thing. I think that's what it's going to be. I think the Jay and Gunther match will be on directly before this. I think this is the match that it will close out the night. And let's be honest, we always assumed a non-title match would be the main event of one of the nights anyways, because months and months ago, our speculation was Roman versus The Rock.
Right.
And that, we've always said from the jump, was going to be a non-title match.
Right.
So, even though we didn't fully think that thought through, we've always kind of known that one of the nights, a championship match isn't going to be a main event. And, let's be honest here. Out of, those three possible main events, which one do you care the least about? And that's no offense to Jay, But Gunther, like, I don't know, the storyline isn't anything that I truly give a fuck about besides wanting to see Jay win that title.
Right. If Jay wins the title, here's the thing, right? Me caring about the match, about which match actually made events, is going to end up being outcome determinative. Okay? Because if Jay wins the title, I'm going to be like, there's no way that this shouldn't have been number one. Unless we get the thing that we talked about where The Rock comes out and you think he's going to do something with Roman or he's going to get back with Roman, and then number one is Punk.
Well, honestly, we might have The Rock pulling the strings on a couple things.
How great would that be?
So say you do have that. Say you do have that night one, and then night two, you have Cody turn heel and Cena turn back face. Like, to me, those are two very, very main event worthy at WrestleMania things.
Yep.
And again, it's nothing against Jay. I do think it might take away from him winning it a little bit, but I don't think in the long run enough where next year we're going to be like, guys, wasn't Jay's run so great, but it would have been better if he was the main event on night one instead of the match before. Nobody's going to give a fuck in the long run of things. In the history book, it's not going to be documented as that. Does Jay win? Yes, I think Jay wins.
Because also, if remember, go back to Kofi Mania. The first after the pre-show, the first match was Seth versus Brock. And Seth walked away with it.
Yeah.
And it changed hands at the very
beginning. No, you're not wrong too. So then again, that makes me think even more that Jay is going to win.
So if anything, I think they need to pull that. It's like here is Gunther destroying everything about Jay.
And then match one of night one of Mania, you want Jay Jay Mania go from night one to all weekend long. Fuck yeah, let's go. And that, like, honestly, that actually makes sense.
Partying with it, you know what I mean? Like,
because Todd, tell me if I'm wrong here. The year that Seth cashed in, Seth was one of the first early matches with Randy. And because Seth wrestled earlier on, I didn't even have Seth. Seth wasn't even in my mind come main event time to even cash in, which should have been the most obvious thing in the world. But on something like WrestleMania, when you've already been there, you don't expect somebody to come back. So Jey Uso kicking off night one of Mania, and then at the end of the night coming out to back up Roman, you know what I mean? Because The Rock, turned and revealed himself, and that could lead into night two, where then Cody turns heel on Cena and he turns on Cena. Like, it could really be a Dwayne Johnson as a puppet master WrestleMania, which kind of does excite me.
Dwayne Johnson.
I don't know, guys. I think it's. I think Dwayne. I think the final boss is really setting him up to be the final boss of WWE. He's the Shao Kahn of WWE, guys.
He really is.
Finish him.
All right, and we need our. I probably shouldn't be looking for SmackDown results.
No, but while you're looking for that, we know that the very first thing was this promo.
Dude,
just keeps getting better every single week.
Okay, so let me set this up, guys. Let me set this up. John Cena, he walks to the ring to open up Monday Night Raw. But before he can even utter a word, we get Cody's music. Okay, Cody hits the ring. Cody then pointed out all the low-hanging fruit here to beat him with, including his lisp and being booed in a company he started. It was cool to see him be rabid because at this point I'm like,
yeah.
Oh, he 100% be rabbiting it. He 8 Miled it all day long,
all day,
and at that point I'm like, oh, what is Cena going to say back in rebuttal? And then. Okay, then Cody says all Cena has done is lie to people for 2 weeks. And Cody asks him to explain to them why he feels all these things that he's spoken about in recent weeks. And then, then Cena says he isn't going to cook Cody, he's going to bury him. And then what follows was one of a crazy savage promo battle between Cena and Cody. And like honestly, like Cena killed it absolutely, but Cody killed it too. Like they both were on their egg. And like when Cody comes out and starts talking about the lisp immediately, he's like, "Oh, Stardust." Oh, I'm like, yes, like that meta promo. I love that when it blurs that reality and kayfabe. And, dude, they went back and forth. Hey, dude, they mentioned AEW, Vince McMahon and Tony Khan, like, without saying it, they said it. And Cody called Cena a piece of shit.
Right.
Like,
he said there's more dick in that promo than his jorts. That was that was the fucking like.
I like when he was like when he said he doesn't. They've been saying that he buries talent. He's like, I am talent. I bury mediocrity. I build empires for billionaires. I was like,
and you steal money from their children, bro. It was great. And then, so the segment ends with Cena about to leave before Cody interjects to tell Cena he's never been in a venue chanting, "You can't wrestle" at him. Cena reacts and walks back to Cody and tries to cheap shot him, and Cody hits Cena with a crossroads. Like, dude, like this, I can't wait for this fucking match now. And it makes me want to have The Rock fucking burn Cena even more. Like, I want this.
So next week or next interaction shouldn't even be talking. Cody should be out there doing something somewhere, even if it's on this SmackDown. Cena should just show up and give him the FU, like especially through something, and then just not say a word and just stare at him, and then just walk off. Just not a word.
Yeah, like I want to see Cena start getting more savage the next couple weeks leading up to Mania. I want to see him completely lose his shit. Then the next segment, Adam Pearce tells the New Day they'll have to earn a tag team title shot. They will face Pete Dunne and Tyler Bates back for the evening as the New Catch Republic. New Day won, blah, blah, blah. Jimmy and Jay have a heart-to-heart about Jay's struggles since winning the Royal Rumble. Jay warns Jimmy to be careful against Gunther as the threat of the World Heavyweight Champion's aura feels ominous ahead of their match tonight.
He wasn't feeling oozy.
Yeah, no. Gunther blitzed right through Jimmy in an absolute procession to put further doubt in the mind of Jay ahead of their match. Jay comes to help Jimmy out of the arena, but Gunther returns to sucker punch him before power bombing his security guard onto the steel steps. Like, what did that security guard do to get that?
Yeah, dude. Huh? Fucked.
And then in a segment that, or part of the match that really reminded me of like the Roman choke it out Jimmy thing. You had Jay zip tied to the ropes, and Gunther just pummeled the shit out of Jimmy. They cut him, and he got his ass handed to him. So I think it's definitely going to be fuel for the fire for Gunther, or for Jay against Gunther. And do they swerve us and have Gunther retain? I don't know. I hope not.
I hope not.
Put the belt on Jay. He deserves a run. Then Finn and the Judgment Day have another segment that sees Baylor at odds with his group ahead of their tag match with Penta and Braun. Finn and Dominic Mysterio defeat Penta and Braun after Breaker accidentally spears Penta. This was a great match. Like, holy shit, the talent in that match. Like, it was awesome. It was a great match. It makes me even more excited about Rey Fenix coming because Penta and Rey are just going to decimate people. And they're really going to have to step up the rest of the tag division to catch up to them. Braun Breaker, I like that they've kind of dialed him down where he's not really talking too much now because the mic is where Braun needs to work the most. And like I think the guy has no ceiling. I really think he can be amazing. Like he could be and I don't mean this in a personal thing, just how things played out. He could be a successful Ryback if they do it correctly.
He'll be wrestling for the World Heavyweight Championship next. Next
easily.
Year. Next
easily.
year.
And then, guys, I'm so sorry to let you guys know this, but Chad Gable's still sick. He had a doctor's note, which I thought was hysterical that Adam Pearce was showing like the writing and stuff to the camera, and it was a legitimate doctor's note. And oh man, that means he can't compete in his hometown next week, and his place will be taken by El Grande Americano. Which Chad he's like, no, I'll be good by next week, and Adam's like, no, you get a doctor's note. Which, I mean, I'm pretty sure Chad Gable could get another doctor note clearing him. I'm pretty sure that's how that process works.
Right,
but
we know for a fact that that's how that process works.
Right, and so that aside, I thought it was a funny little segment that Chad might be admitting that he might have something to do with El Grande Americano, maybe.
I think Chad's gold, so.
Yeah. Then AJ and Logan Paul. I get this match. I get why they're together. I just don't care about it. I want to see it, but I don't care about the storyline. And then
the new finish is fire. Don't care what anybody says. I like that move.
Just fucking wrestle. I don't want to hear Logan Paul talk.
Nope. Don't need.
Logan challenges AJ for a match at Mania before he lays him out with a pulverizer. Lyra Valkyria challenges Bayley with the IC on the line for next week. Finn says he's going to ask for a title match after he won earlier in the evening. Liv says to Dom that Finn said he won is going to. I thought so. They're going to be kicking Finn out now, which makes me excited to see the Demon, but then you don't have any original Judgment Day people in it, and I feel like it takes away from the Judgment Day, I guess.
They need to change the name. The name needs to be done. It's been dragged out too long. Same thing with New Day. They need to change their name.
They should be. They're the New Day.
They should be the Old Night.
Yeah, they should be the Old Night.
Yeah. Rhea versus Bianca is Raw's main event, and bro, the match was crazy.
Yeah.
It was really, really good. And dude, Rhea just impresses the shit out of me. Ripley and Belair come to blows in front of the announcer's desk as Iyo dives over the rope onto both women, which was an awesome spot. Rhea hits the double riptide on Bianca from the second rope, lays Iyo on the mat, but is currently Iyo versus Bianca for Women's Heavyweight Championship. The double DQ was awesome. Bianca, they made this whole thing about Bianca making her ref outfit, which there's no way she fucking did. You don't have to tell us stupid shit like that.
No.
Have we only been going for 16 minutes?
I just noticed that too, but it had sometimes it freezes because we went pretty much right at 8.
No, it's because you're fucking anytime your shit does what it did with the cord and stuff, it resets the clock.
Okay, but it doesn't.
I just noticed that too while you were finishing up that sentence. I was like, No.
I was like, there's no way I've only been. No, we've been on for 40 minutes. Okay.
We've been on for 40 minutes.
Yes. All right. Does anybody got any news or anything? Any thoughts?
Mick Foley was in a car accident. Went to
Are
the
you
hospital.
sure?
Was that real?
Yeah, no, that he put that on his fucking like Facebook and shit.
Oh, so
Right.
when
But are
I
we
got out of
sure?
work, when I got out of work this
I don't
afternoon,
think Foley would joke about something like that. Like that's not Vince buying TNA.
okay. So from where my perspective, I was at work, so I had no real access to news or anything. I get out, I see the Vince TNA thing, I see the Vince Foley graphic. I thought they were all jokes. That's awful. I didn't realize that Foley. Okay. Here we go. I'll pull up the article and I will share it. It's a TMZ article. I'll read it to you because I don't know if we can actually share the screen.
Probably not. TMZ are a bunch of dicks.
I didn't say that. Todd did, guys. If you want to sponsor
they
it.
leech off of everyone else's lives, but how dare you share their shit, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Dicks.
Where the fuck is it? I just had it on the phone. It's Corey. Shakalaka, shakalaka, shakalaka. There we go. All right. WWE legend Mick Foley. I'm in hospital after bad wreck. No idea how I'm still walking around. I will send a picture of the. I'm gonna share the picture of the car after. But like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah, that car's fucked
WWE
up.
legend Mick Foley says he suffered a minor concussion in a terrifying car accident on Tuesday. So it happened today, admitting he has no idea how I'm still walking around after the wreck. The 59-year-old posted a picture. I thought he was older than that. From the scene to his Instagram, showing him posing by an absolutely mangled vehicle with a fire truck and police cruiser off in the distance. Foley says he has since checked himself into a hospital and he's sore from his knees to his neck. Yeah. His comment section was flooded with well wishes, with fans, coworkers sharing relief that the experience wasn't worse. Considering the date on the calendar, there were some users expressing speculation it may have been an April's Fool's Day joke. Apparently, it was not, guys. That is something that all right, allow. I am going to share this in a moment. Dude, like, we almost lost somebody. That would have caused me to cry. Like,
that would have sucked.
Look at that car, guys.
Yeah.
There's no hood. And
That's
looks
why I
square.
Because it came out today.
Yeah. Holy fuck, dude. And Foley looks like he's lost some weight since I last saw him. You're looking good, Mickey. Looking good. All right, I'm gonna pull up the Wrestle feed quick, and then we'll be out. Let's see what we got on Wrestle feed.
Has anybody been keeping track of like the fantasy wrestling shit?
No, I'll do that this week. Go back through and add everything up.
I mean, I'm still, I'm probably obviously still in last place as I forever will be, but
but then next season you get to pick first, and then you'll probably be first.
Dude, this is usually WrestleMania weekend, this upcoming weekend. It's usually that first weekend.
It should be. It freaking should be.
So 3 years ago today, Undertaker gave his Hall of Fame speech where he said, "Mom, we did it." So here's an article I saw that, again, I wasn't sure if it was April Fool's joke, but I guess it's not. But one of our more enjoyable additions to the WWE universe over the last 5 years or so, Pat McAfee was accused of destroying an 18-year-old girl's life. All right. I'm gonna read this article, and it's a weird little thing. An 18-year-old Old Miss, huh?
It's not fake.
I don't think so.
No, because everything I saw come out, I just assumed was fake.
I mean, I hope it's not saying anything on it about it being an April Fool's joke. Look, the Vince thing, said it's an April Fool's joke, but this. So an 18-year-old Ole Miss student, Mary Kate Cornett, has become the victim of widespread online harassment and defamation after a false rumor about her was amplified by prominent sports media figures, including WWE Raw commentators Pat McAfee. The initial rumor alleging a scandalous relationship with her boyfriend's father surfaced on the anonymous messaging app Yik Yak, which I've never heard of, and quickly spread across social media platforms. On February 26th, during the Pat McAfee show, which airs on ESPN, McAfee discussed the unsubstantial rumor with his audience, stating, "Some old Miss Fat Bro K had a KD Kappa Delta girlfriend." Then stressing allegedly, he continued, "At this exact moment, this is what's being reported by everybody on the internet. Dad had sex with his son's girlfriend." Despite the lack of verification, McAfee proceeded to joke about the situation, contributing to its decimation. I get it, because if this was us and we had the reach that McAfee had, that I'm pretty sure, everything said on Todd and Joe Morning Show, me and Todd would have got canceled 100 years ago. Even the stuff we say here,
Right.
When the more popular people start posting, that's when it really, really changed, Cornett said, emphasizing the amplified impact of their words. They brought legitimacy to something completely false. So, I mean, I get this girl's accusations. I get it that Pat needs to be a little bit more responsible with what he's reporting, but can he really be blamed for that? I don't know. Well, that being said, guys, I have to get ready for work. Todd, you look sleepy too. Garrett, you actually look very energetic for a Tuesday night.
I'm not.
Well, I was going to say maybe you want to direct some of that energy at Kate, if you get what I'm saying.
This shit, son.
Oh, wait, there's a second half to that joke, because she too needs to enjoy April Fool's Day.
Oh, shit, son.
Peace.
Later, bitches.
Peace.
And